Hello students, how are you? It's good to see you back again. We are now in week 15 and with me Miss Mona Lisa Pasaribu, and for English 3 Diploma 3 for this week, our last week. For the third semester, we will have a review of all of the materials for the semesters. So let us check the material for this week. So as you can see, the outline for this video, the first one is we're going to have a review over the last week's material, and then we'll talk about reflective writing, and then we'll do the review from unit 1 until unit 14, and then we'll do some individual writing. So let us check the material for this week first. So as the topic for last week, we were discussing about World Wide Web. So what I want you to do for the review activity, I want you to choose a web page, and then after that give 3 advices to improve the web page. And also you can use the expressions that we have learned from last week. And for the web page category of good website, you can also use the criteria that we have discussed from last week, the usability, the learnability, and the other topic mentioned in the last week's material. Okay, so for this review, put it in your notes, and we are going to discuss it later in our practicum session. So as the topic for this week, we will be only reviewing the material from week 1 until week 14, and we will wrap up everything, and we'll do some discussions over the unclear materials. So first of all, we'll see a reflective writing idea. So what is actually a reflective writing? Reflective writing consists of consciously thinking about and analyzing. So this is actually the keyword for reflective writing. So in order to have a good summary over what you have, how you have progressed over the semester, reflective writing is actually a good tool to show you your progress. Okay, so based on Bolton 2015, it says that it involves consciously thinking about and analyzing what one has done, what someone has done. Okay, and then another experts, Grelier and Gorky 2016, mentioned that reflection involves thinking about thinking. So you're thinking about why we do things and whether they have gone as we thought they would, why we think they may have worked well, and how we might do them differently next time. So in other words, you can also say that reflective writing shows what you have earned or what you have got over the semester, and then whether you actually whether the course actually gone as you think it would be, and whether you think it actually went well, and how do you improve if it is given to you next time again. Okay, so that is pretty much a reflective writing if you bring it to our course. So, because we are talking about the review materials of the reflection of previous materials, so we are going to have a review of the materials from week 1 until week 14. So let us check the material one by one. So as you can see, in week 1 we were discussing about computer uses as our topic, and then the grammar that we discussed was about present tense, and actually there are two, present tense and past tense, and the difference between the use of present perfect tense and past tense. And then for week 2, the topic was about computer architecture, and then the grammar discussion was about functions of items, the expressions of functions of items. And then in week 3, we were discussing about computer application and then the grammar of passive voice in present tense. And for week 4, we are talking about application program and expressions of giving instruction. While in week 5, we are discussing about operating system and then gerund as noun. Now for week 6, I think starting from week 6, Mr. Joe was giving the video for you, but we are still talking about the same topic, which is about graphical user interface. And then we are also talking about the useful verbs for descriptions of development, the one when we say let, I let you do it, and other verbs that is very useful for descriptions of development. And then for week 7, we are talking about interviewing former students, how to form questions. And then the grammar that we discussed was about past tense, but specifically we were discussing about the question word for past tense. Okay, so that's for week 1 until week 7 materials. And after our midterm exam, we were discussing about data security as our topic. And then the grammar that we were discussing is about verbs using an as prefix and at the end of the verb. Okay, so that's the grammar discussion in week 9. While in week 10, we were discussing about the topic of websites, and then the grammar that we discussed was about the expressions of certainty and uncertainty, and there's actually a level with of the certainty, whether it's actually less certain and more certain. Okay. And then while in week 11, the topic is about computing support officers. So it's about the guy behind the support of the computer. And then we are also discussing about the grammar, and the grammar that we discussed was about if clause. There are three types of the if clause. There are type 1, type 2, and type 3. And I think you have learned about the difference between type 1, type 2, and type 3. Now, in week 12, our topic was about the computing support. So it's a slightly different topic from week 12, from week 11, because week 11, the topic was about computing support officer, and now the topic is about computing support. And if week 11, we were talking about if clause, in week 12, we are talking about the expressions of cause and effect, which one of the expressions is actually the if clause, but there are actually quite several other expressions for cause and effect. The other one is using makes, using cause, which makes, and other expressions. So go ahead and look at your notes for these expressions again. Yeah. And then for week 13, we are talking about the communication system, and then the grammar that we discuss is about the expressions of diagnosing problem. Pardon me, I put here problem. It's actually typo, yeah, so it's not problem, but it's actually problem. So the expressions of diagnosing problem. Keep in mind that when you are diagnosing problem, you're not actually giving the advice yet, because the expressions of diagnosing problem is going to be slightly different from the expressions of giving advices. Okay, I keep on mentioning this over and over again because I still see some students are actually using the expressions for diagnosing problem to give the advices, or the other way around. So make sure that you pay more attention for these particular types of grammar. Yeah. And for the last material, week 14, we were talking about, last week actually, we were talking about World Wide Web, www as our topic. And then for the grammar, we were talking about the expressions of giving advice. So I guess there are quite several expressions that we were discussing. Help yourself by utilizing the grammar when you're giving advices towards a problem or towards an issue. Okay, so by using these expressions, you are actually enriching your vocabulary and also your knowledge, your language knowledge. Yeah, so that is actually the last material for week 14. So what are we going to do with all these materials? So what I want you to do, I want you to write down a reflective writing on your progress over the semester. It should cover, the first one is how have you progressed, how you can apply the knowledge in your study, and what you need to improve for your own betterment. So the first question will be, how have you progressed from the first semester until the third semester, or specifically maybe for the third semester during our online discussion or online classes. Do you actually see that you have progress in terms of English communication? If yes, how or why? If no, how or why? Okay, and then how you can apply the knowledge in your study. Like for example, it can help me to get a better job later on in the future, or maybe when you're reading text, you will be better understanding it. You will be better in understanding the text if you know English. And then how would you improve yourself for your own betterment? Like for example, I have to make at least 15 vocabulary a day only for English. That's the only way I can improve myself, for example. Okay, so this is actually an individual crafting of writing on your progress over the semester. So you definitely cannot copy your friend's work, because your friend's progress is definitely different from your own progress. Yeah. So this is an example of a reflective writing. I see over here from week 1, how do I learn it and what I learn, and you can actually add more columns over here. You can say how I progress and what can I do better. Okay, and then or you can actually make it in a different types, maybe in a form of paragraph. So you like do a diary entry for a reflective writing over the progress of your English course. Yeah. And after this, so in our practicum session, we are going to have assignment 2. It's going to be quick. I think it will be taking only 30 minutes to 45 minutes the most. And for the second assignment, you will be asked for a productive skill. So it's either writing or doing a recording of your own voice, or recording a video in quite an impromptu, I would say. And then after that, you upload it in the link that I will send to you later. Okay, so that's for the second assignment. So that will bring us to our last material for this semester. Thank you very much everyone for your cooperation over the semester. I think it was a very interesting semester that we have in for this third semester, because you're actually having the experience to be taught by a native speaker, and then you're also having in the online class. So I think it's it's quite different, but I would say it's also interesting to tell. Yeah. So for our materials for our final test, our final exam, it will be from week 1 until week 14, obviously, and pay attention more to the grammar and also the vocabulary discussed over the semester. Yeah. So that would bring me to the end of my material. Thank you very much everyone for watching my video, and I will see you in our last practicum session for this semester. Okay, thank you very much. See you.